all of these bozos talking about recession and the world's going to end and the yen carry trade, it's going to break everything. Just don't understand the business cycle. It's not the point in the business cycle where you blow everything up. It's the time that you have a macro spasm, bit of a shock, move on, nothing to see. It's just, you've got to understand when it matters. So if you have a macro spasm here, which we had in 2018, it matters because it's pushing the economy lower towards recession. If you're on your way up, macro spasms, they're just small speed bumps.
Real Vision founder and CEO Raoul Pal has exceedingly bullish predictions for the cryptocurrency market and the overall global economy in 2024 and 2025. According to Pal, the global economy is transitioning from spring to summer, then fall in 2025, as is the cryptocurrency market. Like the 4 seasons of the year, the sprouting buds of macro spring signal the rebirth of the business cycle, the first signs of recovery after the long, harsh months of winter. Then comes macro summer, which Pal describes as the part of the everything code cycle where the ISM picks up, and liquidity begins to peak as central banks ease off on the quantitative tightening policies that bring on winter. However, liquidity does not peak until macro fall, which, according to Pal, is when the real magic happens, and the markets absolutely take off. According to Pal, we have now completed the transition from spring to summer, and financial conditions are slowly beginning to ease. Pal expects major central banks, including the US Federal Reserve, to begin easing off on their tightening policies any moment from now, which will provide a much-needed respite for the global markets and, in Raoul Pal's words, usher in the banana zone. Pal's banana zone thesis, as well as the bigger everything code thesis, is the reason why he is not worried about calls for a global recession or a sudden inevitable collapse that sound money advocates warn will wipe out the entire financial system. Pal's thesis suggests that since central banks discovered money printing in the wake of the global financial crisis in 2008, it's been and will always be their go-to policy for staving off all forms of severe economic declines. They only regulate the business cycle by tightening when the prices get too hot and easing when things get too cool. For at least the next year, the figurative printing presses will begin to go off in all major economies worldwide, and asset prices will skyrocket wildly. If previous cycles are any indication of what's to come, then Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies will easily outperform other asset classes, which is why Pal predicts a quadrupling of the overall crypto market cap before the end of 2025. As we bring you clips from the latest Drinking with Raoul session with the former Goldman Sachs executive, please take a little time to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications for more videos like this. Everything you do helps with the YouTube algorithm and immensely contributes to the channel's growth. Thanks, and enjoy the video.
Financial conditions are loosening now that we've got the dollar falling and rates falling, and that is a leading indicator. It's a 6-month lead. We're at the point where NASDAQ should start rocketing higher. We're already starting to see it. I think that continues. That's all part of the banana zone driven by financial conditions and liquidity. Talking of liquidity, global M2, which many of you looked at, has started breaking out. This is the year-on-year chart, and the outright chart is breaking out. Financial conditions lead it. So we should get very strong M2 rest of this year, all of next year, as we've said. Macro crypto summer, macro crypto fall, or autumn for those of you who speak the Queen's English or the King's English now. That's all part of the banana zone. That's very much getting very, very close. Global M2 versus Bitcoin. You can see the correlation, very high correlation. Global M2 is starting to go higher. It will start moving much higher soon. Bitcoin will follow suit. Global M2 leads a little bit-ish. So therefore, again, Bitcoin should start to move and get rid of this goddamn boring zone, because I'm so bored. I've got an hourly chart on my screen, which obviously you guys know I don't trade. When I set my positions ages ago, I bought again, added in this boring zone when Solana was down below 120. I'm looking at my hourly chart Solana. It's like a flat line at 145. Just nothing going on because everybody's in the Hamptons. If you're European, you're in Ibiza, or in Spain. If you're American, you're probably in Italy because you guys are obsessed by Italy for some unknown reason. ISM, the business cycle, been flip-flopping around, as we all know. Financial conditions lead it. blah, 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 going higher. All of these bozos talking about recession and the world's going to end and the yen carry trade, it's going to break everything. Just don't understand the business cycle. Um, it's not the point in the business cycle where you blow everything up. It's the time that you have a macro spasm, bit of a shock, move on, nothing to see. It's just you've got to understand when it matters. So if you have a macro spasm here, which we had in 2018, it matters because it's pushing the economy lower towards recession. If you're on your way up, macro spasms, they're just small speed bumps. So don't worry about it. It's just noise. Another nice chart. In fact, it's a beauty. It's Bitcoin last year versus Ethereum this year. It's actually remarkably weirdly similar. Again, these charts may not hold. But overall, liquidity is coming. Market's going to go higher. Banana zone tends to start. XRP, it's like from 2 bull markets ago. You might be right. You might love it forever. Just please move to whatever the strong momentum is. I know there's that fear in your head is this time it'll be the big one. You'll get plenty of notification, you get back in, but don't miss the bull market because you're in a narrative of past. I've begged you and begged you, don't do this. And the communities are huge. And I feel like, and I don't want to get attacked by people online for this, but I just feel like you're being done a disservice by being in a cult. Our job is to be mercenaries. We're in the job to make money, not to be a cult. Cults don't make money except for the leaders. Be a mercenary. Lend out your capital to the opportunities that will offer you the best risk-adjusted return. So I know it hurts people when I say this. Cardano, XRP, there's a whole bunch of these. I really hope you're right, but hope is not an investment strategy.
Though Pal is generally bullish on cryptocurrencies, especially top cryptocurrencies, and a few meme coins for investors who can afford to play around a little, he counsels a lot of caution when investing in the space, especially in projects that have seen better days. Pal categorizes XRP and Cardano as such projects, existing purely on glory days and expectations of investors still waiting for moon days that may never come. In contrast, Pal is quite bullish on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and SUI, which he says could be the next cycle's Solana. Whether that plays out is yet to be seen. But Solana remains Pal's top pick for the 2024 and 2025 bull market. Before the bull market ends next year, Pal predicts Solana could get as high as $2,500 per token in a bull case. Pal discusses his predictions for Solana in a recent discussion with Skybridge Capital's Anthony Scaramucci, stating that he does not expect Solana to flip Ethereum before the end of the bull market, but that the gap between both cryptocurrencies will reduce considerably. Here are clips from the video.
Solana flip Ethereum. Let me say it that way, because Solana flip Ethereum.
You know, I don't know. I don't think so. I think Solana grows massively and closes the gap massively with Ethereum. Different chains are used for different things. Ethereum is securer, is probably the chosen one for the finance industry to build on top of, whether it's layer 2s or whatever, because it's very secure, very well battle tested, and very respected and still innovative. Solana seems like it's more for retail application and fast-moving applications. Even maybe a crypto exchanges can build on the new Firedancer part of it because it's super fast. So I think, you know, to extract away for people watching this, like, I don't really understand this. It's really simple. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, they're all just decentralized businesses selling block space on their blockchain. And different block spaces have different attributes. And they're used for different cases. So Bitcoin is the single most secure. So right now, its main use case is just Bitcoin itself. And it's perfect in that way. Ethereum, DeFi has really been the big thing. And obviously NFTs were very big, but that's also gone to Solana. So valuable transactions, if banks are going to transfer hundreds of gazillions of dollars between each other, Ethereum is likely the chain of choice. Solana, for lots of rapid transactions, it's the right choice. We will see other things, whether it's, you know, Sui, which is the Mistin Labs one, or Avalanche or others for gaming, or for other applications like converting the old Web 2 social media into Web 3 or music. They will all find different blockchains that better suit their purpose.
At the end of this cycle, Meaning, we get closer to another Bitcoin halving. Solana's where?
Look, it's probably north of 1,000. I think the range for me is worst case is 800, mid case is like 1,200, upper case in a blow off top would be 2,500. So don't cut off that 2,500 bit at the end and says Raoul Pal says 2,500.
No.
Or I'll come down personally and burn your house down.
I actually think it's 1,000. So I'm not going to push you to 2,500. But if it is 1,000, right? It's really, you tell me, its fully diluted market cap right now is 83 billion. You're talking about $400 to $600 billion of market cap.
Yeah.
Or something that is this unbelievable decentralized software that could facilitate large scale trillions of transactions at very low cost for a global society. So I don't know. You tell me what the banks are worth. Do you think, if this thing is going to replace a lot of banking transactions, shouldn't it be worth at least $1 trillion?
I think all of these big blockchains will be worth multiple trillions of dollars because these are not single applications. They're entire networks of which you can build entire other businesses upon. These are immensely valuable things, but the applications haven't yet been built on it. So yeah, I think you're dead right. This cycle is not where these things are going. I think this space goes from 2 trillion today to 100 trillion by 2032, 2034.
In other news, an ex-user has compiled a list of the top 50 price predictions for Bitcoin for this cycle. The user with the account name Bitcoin Halving has curated a list of exciting predictions from prominent personalities about how far they believe Bitcoin will go in 2025. Here are a few predictions. Former BitMEX CEO Arthur Hayes predicts 1 million Bitcoin. Jan3 Samson also predicts $1 million for Bitcoin, as does Adam Back, Dr. Kali, Pierre Rochard, and Darren Feinstein. Billionaire venture capitalist Chamath Palihapitiya predicts anywhere between $497,499 and $1.14 million. Anonymous analyst Plan B, using his stock-to-flow model, gives a range of $250,000 to $1 million. Fellow analyst Willy Woo gives a more conservative $337,000 prediction for the leading cryptocurrency by 2025. Galaxy Digital's Mike Novogratz predicts $400,000 Bitcoin by 2025. Financial author and businessman Robert Kiyosaki predicts $300,000. Strike CEO Jack Mallers predicts between $250,000 and $1 million. Tim Draper and Hunter Horsley both predict $250,000 Bitcoin by the bull market peak, similar to Max Kaiser's $220,000 prediction for the leading cryptocurrency. Scaramucci and Mark Yusko have slightly more conservative predictions of $170,000 and $160,000, respectively, which are both similar to Michael Saylor's $150,000 prediction for the leading cryptocurrency. What's your prediction for Bitcoin in 2025 and beyond? Please drop your thoughts on these predictions, Pal's video, as well as your own price predictions, in the comment section below. Also, ensure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.